Hello YouTube, welcome. In this video, I will try to explain why Drakania feels weak compared to other classes, why PA not fix the class, or if PA actually knows how to fix the class. I'll try to point out it's because people asking me why and why and why this class feels so bad. In this video, maybe you can find the answer. Without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, I have experience about Succession, but I asked my friend Maze, hey, may you please make a document for me to summarize the issues of the Succession Drakania for PvP and PvE, why she feels weak or weaker compared to other classes in this meta, and overall, what is the chronic issue, or what are the chronic issues of the Succession Drakania. And then I'll go to Awakening. This video is prepared for only to answer to people to people who just wonder the performance of Drakania. Why bad? Okay? This is not a video that I'm crying or something. I just passed that point. Like, I'm done with this class. I'm not crying. It's my main. She's dead, but I like her playstyle. Okay, here is the state of Succession Drakania. Let's talk about the PvE. She is now a good grinder everywhere except the 3 endgame spots. Like, this everywhere, this means that every class can grind at this spot. Don't misunderstand this part, okay? Almost every class can grind the remaining part of the game except the endgame spots. Darkseeker's Retreat, Golden Peak Cave, or Zekia, where her performance begins to fall off in that order. Even with her skill lingering issues, she can get decent results, but there is certainly more room for improvements. Issue 1, Brimbolt Strike. Let me show it in-game. This is the skill that he's talking about. Brimbolt Strike, Shift RMB, the main and the signature skill. The skill still makes a huge proportion of the total damage of any PvE combo, yet it has a 12-second cooldown, and most of the time most other skills in the kit feel like fillers you use while waiting for it to come off cooldown. So what he's trying to say that you do your combo with the Brimbolt, damage feels good, it feels enough. But when you go to the other pack, Brimbolt is being on cooldown. So what we expect from PA, they can change the cooldown to 8 seconds to fit the actual combo cycle for the class. If this makes the PvP broken, then give more damage to the other skills. So whenever I have no Brimbolt, I don't feel that there is no Brimbolt. It is making Giga broken shit. I mean, it's so hard to explain. You know how much damage this skill has? 70,000. Yes, you heard right. Base multipliers on it, when you just add into each other with this one and this one, 70,000 damage. Check your class ultimate, you will see that your class ultimate has 45k, at max 50k ultimate damage. The BSR 100% damage. And this class has 70k. That's why this class has the double damage of most other skills ultimate, most other classes ultimate skills. But the cooldown, and because of this giga damage, the remaining part of the skill kit feels weak. When you not have Brimbolt, you're dead. That's what Simply is trying to explain. Issue 2, unnecessarily slow animations for Ascent and Macrohanan's Dominion. Let me just show the skills. This is the Ascent. Let me just show the Dominion. This one, the Shift E skill. Very slow animation, very weak damage, slow animation. Damage may look, it has like 30k damage, not 30k, like 28k something. But slow animation and a high cooldown. So you're just slow, I don't know, like maybe I can show it like this. This will be better, yeah. So this is the Shift E. This is the SC. It applies 30k damage, but very slow, as you can see. And this is the Shift E. It applies 18k damage, but it's very slow. Decision is yours. These two skills deal underwhelming damage while taking a long time to complete their full animations. These skills also do not have the self-heal ability, and with the low 10% super armor damage reduction on Drakania, they pose a risk to her survivability in endgame PvE. Yes, for example, while you're grinding at Zekia or any other, spots, while I'm just casting those skills, I feel like I can die in a second because you're just self-griefing yourself. You're not trading anything. You can say that I'm trading with super armor, protection, and the giga damage. I stand still. That will be acceptable. But it's just like below average DPS and you're trading with just death risk. I don't know. It's not okay. The issue, the filler skills with the low damage. Many of her filler skills still deal underwhelming amount of damage, yet are necessary to form a complete rotation alongside proper buff and debuff cycle. The most important ones are the Brimbolt Raise, Embers, Brimbolt Annihilation, Ascent and the macro handles Dominion, repositioning and iframes. She doesn't have a spammable PV iframe. That could be locked in PvP. In example, Flow Dragon Walk would give her the ability to reposition faster for back attacks, which are pretty much required in PvE in these days. It would also increase her survivability in heavy damage spots like Drakania or in a spots like the solo bosses or party bosses, because day by day, this is for every class that has no PV iframe. I just send this as a feedback. Hopefully PA fix it. This is a big problem and it's getting bigger and bigger every day. Imagine every class will have some kind of flow skill, okay? A flow skill. Flow Dragon Ball, for example. And your class maybe has different skill. This skill will have no protection, and it will be your dash skill, and it will allow you to spam your dash. While you're dashing cooldown, you will use that skill, and it will have no protection, nothing in it, but only PV iframe. And that skill will be lockable, and you will lock the skill in PvP, and the entire problem will be fixed because mistakenly you will not create issue in PvP. You just dash instead of evasion. Evasion roll has gap, and when you're done with the evasion roll in any class like this, you cannot cancel your skills. After many of the skills in your skill kit, you can cancel them, first animation, initial animation. But after evasion roll, you cannot do that. This is one of the most biggest chronic issue in the PvE right now. Some classes, 40-50% of the game, has giga advantage for repositioning safely while they maintain the combo freely because they have spammable PV iframe, but this class has no spammable PV iframe like some other classes in the game. PA needs to fix this. This is out of topic, but I had to just add this one in this video. I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comment section. I'm not trying to cry. I'm trying to make this game better, and also I'm trying to explain why Drak feels worse compared to other classes. What about PvP? About succession? General issues? 10% super armor damage reduction feels very low on a frontline melee class. She should be able to withstand more damage. Accuracy, like they can make it 15, and they can also nerf the other strong classes. We are talking about the Black Spirit Radio podcast. If you don't know, you can watch it, you can listen it. It's in the channel every week. We're just adding the new podcast. Almost every podcast we're trying to point out this damage reduction thing is strong in Sack Berserker, in Gauntlet classes. They have to find some kind of standard point, like 15% for frontline classes, for example. That would be nice. The accuracy is effectively gutted most of the time. Her 6% accuracy self buff is only obtainable on hits with a fully unprotected skill. This is the skill. Let me just show it to you. This is the skill. As you can see, it has 6% all accuracy buff. I don't know if there are any other class has that thing. You have to hit something to get that accuracy self buff. Now I have it. It's working like add-ons. Only add-ons work like this. Self buffs, it works whenever you use the skill. Like this one, for example. I got the movement speed buff, isn't it? Did I hit something? No. So what he's suggesting is just like 6% all accuracy. Remove it. They did this onto the Guardian Suck and Awakening. Add all the accuracy rates to the all skills in the kit in succession in Pro Awakening. Remove it and problem will be solved. Then nobody will ask this skill, make it protected or something. Imagine that you just dive in to the group. You have to hit someone to get accuracy buff with the unprotected skill. And you're just in the middle of the Zerg. You're a bomber class, frontliner class. You have to cast your skills like this, but also you have to get your accuracy buff. It's a PA moment, isn't it? PA moment, yeah. What can you do? Nothing. So 5% of the accuracy rates comes from the passive Prime Cinder, which gets ignored in the capped wars, and in combination with her self-accuracy buff issue, Suckdrak is effectively playing plus 11% less accuracy in this content. Yeah, this is the chronic issue of other classes too. Ion charging, while made easy recently, it's still cumbersome during PvP as most changing skills are unprotected on hit skills, and the only one used charging skills can be used every 6 seconds to gain small amount. A skill similar to Mystic's Tranquility would be very helpful in alleviating this tedious downtime. Yeah. Large scale about PvP. Succession Drakania is a class that was designed with large scale PvP in the mind, and she does the job well. In capped node wars and the sieges, she's a top tier class that can be very effective if played correctly. However, while she is low APM, she isn't brain dead class like some other classes. Striker and Berserker, and will take precision to be properly rewarded. Uncapped Node Wars and Sieges are currently in a terrible state. Uncapped Node Wars and the Sieges are currently in a terrible state, and only a few classes can abuse the current meta like Carpet Utility or Full Blast Iframe Awakening Sage. Therefore, until this PvP is fixed globally, there is no class-based adjustments I see that could be made to Sakdrak or most other classes to make them exciting to play in this area. So in large scale, this class needs to be one of the best because of the design, isn't it? Because of the shits in the game and the bad design of the other classes dominating the game. So Drak and some other classes like Drak, they cannot perform well because of this thing. If they nerf this meta, Sakdrak can be good in large scale. She used to be normally, isn't it? Now she is not. Currently, small scale fights favor classes that have at least two of the following qualities: high damage, mobility, utility. Currently, Succession Drakania has high damage with good burst mobility that is hard to sustain safely. By reducing the heavy stamina usage on her mobility skills, she could be made into a good contender in today's small scale meta. Her utility is still lacking due to her mana drain ability still being broken since the hit reduction changes, and her cleanse ability not being relevant anymore since slows were nerfed. Yeah. I asked to my friend that may you please just explain the issues on the Succession Drakania, why she feels weaker compared to other good classes. These are the main issues. Of course, like there will be no developers will watch this video and they will take notes and they will change it because these things send million times to our developers. They just ignored. I don't even know that if they actually read our reports. Our GM and CMs, they're 10 out of 10 people, amazing people. They're sending it to the developers, but that's all they can do. Developers just ignore them. So we have nothing to do. So this part was for Succession. Let's talk about Awakening. Hold up. This part will be a little bit long because there are lots of chronic issues in this class. And yeah, so what about the class design? This class is for me, the most unique class in the game. In Awakening stance, you have two different weapon stances. This red one's Hexablood, the blue one's Dragonblood skills. Hexablood skills, in theory, they designed for smaller big damage and mostly front guard protection. It was like that in before. But the blue ones, this one, see, bigger, slower, bad DPS. Like for example, slow animation. But the red ones, fast animation, but high DPS. In theory, when they released the class, that was the theory. So why you should not play Awaken? If you really want to play Drakania, I suggest you to go for Succession. Why you should not play? There are lots of things. First things first, you're a frontliner. You have 10% damage reduction on your super armor in PvP, of course. You have 10% damage reduction on your super armor and you're a frontliner. And are you ready? You have 3 super armor skills. Yes, you heard right. This Giga, as you can see, Giga big, like huge skill kit. You only have 3 super armors. 1, 2, and 3. And you have this one, end of this super armor, tiny a little bit, so we can say 3.5 super armor. They just nerfed class to the ground. They took away 4 super armors in the kit. Nobody understood why, because they nerfed class properly, 3 times nerfs. We asked them properly, they did it properly, and every time I said, well done PA, good nerfs. But in the last nerf, nobody asked that. They took away the super armor from this skill, from this skill, from this core, and from this core. 4 super armor gone. So what happened to the class after those changes? You feel like unsafe. If anyone knows how to fight against you, you're the easiest class to catch. Grab, you can grab it. While I'm chaining the super armor, you can grab this class easily. Just come nearby me, just press E. I have no damage on that skills. Even if I have damage, I don't have it, but you can just press E and you can grab me because they are animation locked. I cannot cancel them. You have no protected CC in your kit. You can only have from core. Your cores are shit, really shit. This core, completely useless. And nobody knows why there are only cores for the red, what's the name? The Hexablood skills. Why there are no options for the blue ones? Nobody knows. Useless core. Useless core. Useless core. Garbage. This also useless. This is the only super armor CC that you can have it, but it is not viable. Nobody picked this one as a super armor core. Maybe in Arena 1 versus 1, but it's not a real PvP. It's not like open world. It's not like, do you understand what I'm saying? And you can only have this one as a front guard core, front guard knockdown. That's all. So how this class can protect himself? It's simple. You can use your pre-awakening kit. I'll show you. You see? Infinitely protected. What a broken class, isn't it? But let me just remind you something. There is no thread on it. There is no damage on it. While you're doing that, you only consume stamina. No damage, no thread, nothing. You're just running around. And also, there is another downside for this one. If you play Awakening, your pre-awakening super armor skills are not benefiting the damage reduction rate. So class already has low damage reduction rate, 10% for a frontliner, and your pre-awakening skills, while you're trying to protect yourself because you do not have enough super armors in your awakening kit, you cannot benefit the 10%. This is Drakania. Yes, you're listening this one and you're just asking yourself, what the heck? What's going on? How is this possible? How a class can be that much bad? Wait a little bit, there are more than this one. More. In your passive, you have crit damage, additional crit damage. Like, your passive is giving you one more corrupted crystal. It's good, isn't it? Offensive thing. But in your red skills, you have crit rate issue. Yes, your main damage skills has crit rate issue. But you have crit damage passive. How is that possible? It's not logical, isn't it? 25, 35, 25, 25, 25, 40, 30. So with an RNG, if my hits not goes with the crit, I cannot benefit the 10% increase. Well done. You would expect some kind of crit rate increase, a self buff or something. Yes, you have it. You know how you can have it? You can have it like this. You have to go and pre-awaken, and you have to go and awaken again. It's just 5 seconds just passed. I know it looks so, I don't know, it looks so interesting. I know, but it is what it is. The another thing, you have to play with your pre-awakening. You understood that. You have to. There is no proper weapon change from pre-awaken to awaken. There is only one way without C-swap. This skill, Doombringer, one of your main skill and one of your super armor protected C skill in your kit in awakening, you can only change your weapon stance if you put this on the skill bar and press it. That's the only way. But PA, hello. I don't want to change my weapon with one of the only protected skill in my kit. Hello. In other classes, whenever they use their different skills, while it's locked in pre-awaken, they can weapon change into awakening. Simple. For example, WRMB. This is WRMB, isn't it? This is the skill. Let me just lock this skill. This is the WRMB pre-awakening. Whenever I just press WRMB in pre-awakening, it instantly go in awakening. Or any other skills. It's not important. It was just an example, okay? Anything. But it's not working. On the other hand, this is so fun, I know. This will be fun. This is your main, one of the main damage skill. Look at this one. In PvE, kinda PvP in large scale fight, you cannot put add-on on this skill. Yes, you're right. You cannot put add-on on this skill. This is independent skill. This looks like this flow skill, but it is not. It says it's flow, but it is independent. It has independent thing. It's also not using these skills. Normally, the flow damage use the main skills add-ons, isn't it? But it's not using it. But let us to put add-on. You know why I just ask add-ons on this one? I dive in with unprotected CC and I just, using that flow skill. But I cannot get add-on for PvP or for PvE. I can start with that skill in my combo, but it's not giving me add-on. Isn't that a little bit like, imagine one of your main skill, you cannot put add-on on it in any class. Just imagine. On the other hand, the blue skill kit got giga nerf, the damage nerf. This skill got maybe 60-70% damage nerf. It deals very low damage right now. This one got 35%, this one got 35%, and this one got 35%. So your blue skills deals almost no PvP damage. You can try it and you can go to the arena. The other thing, are you ready? Your blue skills, most of them, they do not have down attack. No down attack. No down attack on attack number 1. Only at the end of. No down attack. No down attack. And no down attack. Interesting, isn't it? So whenever you catch someone, you have to kill it with this one, with these skills. What if they're on cooldown? If you use them, you will just tickle the guy. Because damage very low and also no down attack. Yeah, like in PvE also, for example, in the solo bosses or the other bosses, whenever you need down attack, you have to use them because they're limited at all. Whenever you use them, you do not have down attack. So the HP or the DP or whatever you say, they are just, being optimized according to the down attack when they ground it, but you do not have down attack. Interesting. So we talked about overall PvP, isn't it? Yeah. Like Drakania Awakening has 80, more than 80 different flows. Yes, you're right. More than 80 different flows. And also, in addition to that, you can find that video in my YouTube channel. The video is in there. Like, I'm explaining everything correctly. Which skill can be good after which skill or something. For example, after Shift F, for example, if you press Shift L and B, it applies attack number 3. But after Claw, if you press Shift L and B, it applies attack number 4 and 5, like this one, 4 and 5. There are billions of different variations like that in this part, in this part. So you can find the variations. Also, what is the fun part is that I didn't add it, but another big variation, the legacy. The legacy is allowing you to, if you use any skill and press space, it changes your weapon stance. For example, it changed it. After some certain skills, the legacy allow you to, for example, cancel this one. Let me just explain it to you. For example, SLMB. It allowed it. Let's try with other skill. Oh my god, it didn't allow me. You also have to memorize that. These are additional things. For example, after this one, you can cancel it. There are billions of different variations like that. After some skills, you can cancel the first set of this one after space, but the first skill in the Hexablood is important. So this class is that much complicated. There is no other class can close this complexity. Yeah, what about PvE? Yeah, what about PvE? This class, when they released this class, before release, they just added to this class into Global Lab. They worked on this class a lot because it's a unique, a special design class. They just asked us to test class on Global Lab. We did. Like lots of content creators, they said one thing. Class feels overall okay, needs some improvements definitely, but PvE damage it lacks. Lack of damage. Let's just buff some skills 10-15%. Then class will be okay on release. You know what PA did? You can check the PvP, like you can check the videos or something. Even like BP's as reaction in official patch. PA nerfed her by 30%. Nerfed already weak class in PvE by 30%. Because of that situation, class still dead. PA buffing classes every patch 8%, 7%. Meanwhile, buffing other classes 30-40%. Class feels weak, weak, and weak. In PvE, your DPS is very weak, very weak. With lots of effort, high APM, the complexity, if you put everything on top of everything, max out everything, min-max, and if you have my gear, full deck, everything is just maxed out, you know what you're gonna get? Barely average, maybe. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe it's because it depends spot. Barely average results, maybe depends the spot. Maxed out everything, spend months over months to understand how class is working, and at the end, you can maybe reach mediocre PvE performance. On the other hand, we asked it to PA, did a good thing to the other classes, the cooldown consistency. The skill kits, as you can see on the screen, it's complex, but why not just decrease that complexity in PvE? Why refuse? They did some kind of okayish step in the latest patch, but I have to say that they pretend like clueless. I believe that they are not, but they pretend like clueless. This skill was 7 seconds, this skill was 8 seconds. So we asked the PA, make the Hexablood skills on Sidon 7 seconds, and also make them 7 seconds too. So whenever we just do combo SE, SLMB, Shift F, like SF, RMB spam, and this one. So the cooldown consistency, every one of them will be same cooldown, and whenever you start with this one again, and the other skills will be ready to use it. But here is the thing. They made these skills 6 seconds from 8. They made it 6 seconds from 7. Here we go. This is still 7. But this is the main skill that I need to use it. It's because it's the DP shred skill. So this 6 seconds, this 6 seconds, this 6 seconds, not important. Because these are useless because of this one. So these are also 7 seconds. Well done, PA. The blue skills, 8 seconds and 6 seconds. SE, you use them together because they flow very good. So why not make this 6 seconds and 6 seconds, SC, SLMB, Shift F, SF, blah, 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 blah. Consistent, simple. Also, these flows, they are your super armor skills, 9 seconds. By the way, I forgot to mention that your super armor skills, 9 seconds and 10 seconds. So your super armor rotation, it's only viable in Awakening in every 10 seconds. Okay? You have 3 skills. and every 10 seconds. And then you're completely unprotected. Also, there is like a cooldown inconsistency here. 7 second, 6 second, 9, 9, 8, 12, 10, 10, 6, 8. What's going on? How am I gonna just make a proper combo from this one? So overall, I know like I was just planning to make this video like 10-15 minutes, but it's just too long. But it's long, it's because lots of problems in the class. Lots of. I feel like I'm playing a class 2019, but they designed this class in 2012, 22 or something. I tried my best and I'm done. I'm really done. I'll not just push myself. I'll not create another report. Even if PA pay me, I'll just say, go F yourself. We send them enough feedbacks to make the class viable. That's why I prepared this video for you, to show how bad is the class. My goal was not the cry, baby rage or something. People asking me why this class is shit. This is why class is shit. I hope you guys like my contents. Do not forget, BDO is just a game and never play Drakania.